What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God, my man Sess. Welcome to the Gods of Boxing Talk. So for tonight's segment, we want to talk about what's hot. And what's hot right now, Mr. Oscar De La Hoya. Boy, he be on that motherfucking crack, man. De La Hoya, the motherfucker like this right now, you know what I'm saying? Doing that shit right now, talking about if Canelo and Triple G fought today, it would be a 90-10 split in Canelo's favor. You know what I'm saying? Speak on it, B.
Man. He must be on drugs, man. I mean, really I don't know what to say because it sounds so stupid. I would think that any logical thinking boxing fan would be able to, you know, kind of come to their own conclusion and be like, this nigga fucked up. I mean, he's out of there. You know, how would it be a 90-10 split? I mean, can Golovkin get a fucking burger?
That's what I said. Can my man eat? Can he get a plate?
Hell yeah, man. I mean, fuck. You know, I mean, I don't know. You know, Golovkin should really be insulted, and it should add more fuel to the fire. If they ever do fight, for Golovkin to just go up in there and want to beat the shit out of Canelo, you know?
Yeah.
Even though, you know, I don't think that would happen, but still.
That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, exactly. But still, man, I don't know where that came from. I don't know how De La Hoya would justify it. Even though Golovkin's, you know, pay-per-view numbers aren't, you know, stellar, they aren't great, but at the same time, he's been dominant for so long. I mean, you would have to give him more than 10%. It's just kind of, you know, kind of ridiculous that he would even make that statement.
And I'm gonna piggyback right off of that last statement you just said. It's ridiculous that he would even make that statement because it's obvious that they're trying to protect Canelo from fucking Triple G. All this is it's a ploy, people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll get that motherfucking 90-10 so Golovkin could be like, nah man, fuck that shit. And then what do you think De La Hoya's gonna do? Hey, we offered him the fight.
Absolutely.
Hey. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's a fucking ploy. If I was Golovkin, I would be like, oh yeah, dog, I'll take that shit. Give me that 10%. Of course, I would do that in the media, right? Because like I said in another video, we as fans, we don't know what goes on in the negotiation table, right? So we go off of what you say to us through the writers, through the reporters. You know what I'm saying? If it comes out of your mouth, that's what we believe, right? So all Golovkin's got to do in this situation is talk to us and be like, I'll take that shit. Give me the contract. But then behind closed doors, of course, be like, nah, motherfucker, I want my 50-50. You know what I'm saying? That way you don't look bad in the media. You see what I'm saying? And even though Golovkin is very popular, he might have popularity that he might not 100% deserve, depending on what side you stand on that issue or topic. Canelo is obviously going to have the upper hand as far as favoritism, being the WBC champion and the WBC being controlled by a fellow Latino. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely going to have the favoritism when it comes to the media. So in this situation, we would have to worry about the media fucking over Triple G. Almost. Right?
Yep.
So in that case, like I said, if I was Golovkin, man, take that shit. Just tell us. Tell me, dog. Be like, I'll take it. Give me my 10%. Just so the media doesn't try to make you look like you a bitch when you say no, and then De La Hoya goes behind your back. Oh, we offered him the fight.
Yeah, I mean, I offered him the fight, and, you know, he didn't want it. So we have to move forward.
Get the fuck out of here. Come on. Come on, De La Hoya. Cut that shit out, B. You already went to rehab, man. Stop it, B. Next topic. Bomb Squad!
Hey.
And then my man was like, you're going down. You're going down Sunday. Saturday. Shit, nigga, you don't even got your days right. Ain't no fights on Sunday. Ain't no major fights on fucking Sunday, man. Only motherfuckers that fight on Sunday is cats in like Thailand and shit. They fight on Sunday, Szpilka. Man. So after he said that shit, they both got in their face. you know, what's his name kept saying, and still, he kept saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? Szpilka kind of headbutted him, gave him a little Polish headbutt, because we don't do that shit in America, you know what I'm saying? There's some headbutt, and then Deontay Wilder mushed my man, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do in America. You know, we you know what I'm saying? We get your ass mushed. And that's exactly what happened. But it was so easy for Wilder to touch him in that confrontation, dog. Yep. Like, Szpilka was wide open like this. And Wilder just like, get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here, yeah.
Word, dog. Wilder's gonna beat the shit out of Szpilka, dog. He about to beat the fucking brakes. And YouTube knows I'm very critical of Wilder. Me and my man are on opposite sides of the spectrum when it comes to Deontay Wilder. But we gonna come together like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We coming together, dog, like it's a family reunion, B. Deontay Wilder is about to beat the shit out of Artur Szpilka. I feel bad for the man, dog.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. Let me give Szpilka a little bit of credit. I think he's really trying to get under Deontay's skin, and he's talking a good game. You know, he's talking a good game. He's trying to hype himself up.
Word.
And you know, I think he's trying to get into Deontay's head a little bit, but at the end of the day, man, Deontay is a young heavyweight, man. Yep. He's one of them guys that believes in his ability. He believes in his power. He believes in everything that he can do in the ring. And with those guys, it's really hard to get under their skin. Yeah. So all he's doing is making his ass whooping that much worse.
I will say this. I said this on a Facebook group that I helped moderate. I will say this, though. Szpilka, he's been talking about speed, right? He's got Eric Molina as a sparring partner. I guess Eric Molina is supposed to show him how to get on the inside effectively against Deontay Wilder. I see the smirk on your face, but that's the only reason why I can see why he would pick Eric Molina to be his fucking sparring partner, right? Because obviously Eric Molina doesn't mirror not even a fraction of what Deontay Wilder is able to do in the ring. Alright, so I guess he's trying to learn how to properly get on the inside. Fair enough, right? If he does do that, and the speed that he's talking about has to do with footwork and head movement, slipping the jab, okay, he might have a chance. Because Eric Molina, a D-level fighter, by the way, who got knocked out in the first round by Chris Arreola, if he had success with uppercuts on the inside against Deontay Wilder, Artur Szpilka, who's a level beyond Eric Molina, he can do it. He can do it. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing I keep remembering is two guys, man. Brian Jennings and fucking Mike Mallow. That's all I keep. Whenever people say Szpilka, I'm like, Mike Mallow. Oh shit, my bad. I mean, Szpilka. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mike Mallow was beating the shit out of Szpilka in both fights. Szpilka landed lucky ass punches, ended up knocking him out both times. If Mike Mallow had a chin, Szpilka would not be here today. Straight up. Next topic. Mauricio Suleiman again. Boy, you fucking up, man. You all over this video, man. So, he's allowing Robert Guerrero and Danny Garcia to fight for the WBC welterweight title. Only problem with that is this. When Floyd Mayweather was vacated, or his titles were vacated at the end of last month, right? Mauricio Suleiman then proceeds to come out and say, yo, we about to have a 147-pound tournament and a 154-pound tournament for my belts. So everybody was like, oh shit. Motherfuckers was at home writing their own fantasy tournaments. Yeah. Dog, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather. Nah, I'm just saying, you know, that the top 6 guys in the welterweight and at 154, they're making fantasy tournaments. Oh, this guy wins, this guy wins. But then he announces that he's going to allow a second tier fight, in my fucking opinion, Robert Guerrero and Danny Garcia to fight for the most prestigious of the 4 major sanctioning bodies. Come on, Seth, you gotta agree with me, dog.
Oh, man, I absolutely agree.
Hell yeah.
I agree with you, man. That's bullshit. The only thing I gotta say to Suleiman is, why the fuck you lying? I mean, I don't get it, man. I really don't get it with the WBC. You know, the way that they do things and just how they announce shit, but they never really, you know, stick to their guns on things. They let fighters do. They let, you know, they give certain fighters certain leeway. It's just all bullshit, man. You know, and it makes the fans. It excites the fans, but then they come back and say this shit, and they lose our interest. You know, so. And they put these bullshit fights out, or they just put these bullshit stipulations on fights, and they never live up to it. So, I mean, it really pisses me off with, you know, Suleiman. But it's been going on for years with the WBC and all of these sanctioning bodies. This is typically what they do. You know, they say they want to generate interest in a particular fight, but then they go back on their word and they do something completely and totally different.
Yeah.
You know, this is what they do. I have no clue why Danny Garcia in his second fight will be fighting for a title.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
And let me say this. I agree with that, but I'm gonna put a little stipulation on this. In his second fight at welterweight, fighting for a title against a guy that looked bad in his last 3 fights.
Yeah.
You should be fighting for a title against one of the top guys, not a fucking second tier guy in the division. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. And I want to make one thing clear. This has been happening before Mauricio Suleiman. His dad, grandfather, uncle, whoever the fuck the guy was before, I can't remember his first name, but it was Suleiman, Jose Suleiman.
Jose, right? Yeah, there we go.
He was doing the same type of fuckery. This ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And a lot of people seem to believe that Robert Guerrero has a chance. He has a puncher's chance. A lot of people are like, yo, I got Guerrero. I think Guerrero is gonna beat him. You know, Danny Garcia's too flat-footed, whatever, etc., etc. Point is this, B. Danny Garcia is the Puerto Rican face of the premier boxing championship brand. All right?
Absolutely.
Unless Robert Guerrero goes out there and knocks him the fuck out, straight sleep mode. You know what I'm saying? Suffering from insomnia, B. You know what I'm saying? Unless that type of shit happens, word, and we know Danny Garcia has a granite fucking chin. He's been hurt in fights, but he's never buckled. You see what I'm saying? Robert Guerrero hasn't knocked anybody out in years. Right? So how is he gonna knock this guy out? How is he possibly gonna knock this guy out? If it goes to the cards, Robert Guerrero's gotta really treat this motherfucker. Like, he's gotta treat this motherfucker. Does Robert Guerrero, the same guy that fought life or death against Aaron Martinez, have the skills to treat Danny Garcia? I challenge you guys to think about that before you make your prediction. Next topic. And the last for the night, and the most funniest of the segment. Motherfucking Freddie Roach. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. See, I always knew this motherfucker was a snake. Lying ass, snake eating motherfucker, boy. See, back when the times when HBO did a little segment on him, and they went to his brother's room, and his brother had a fucking swastika tattoo or some shit. I can't really remember completely, but that shit happened, and you know, he called Robert Garcia's team a bunch of dumb Mexicans. Don't really remember the verbiage, but it was racial. He's a dumb motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He's a dumb motherfucker. And he shows how stupid he is in this statement. He's given an interview yesterday, January 13th, right?
Yep.
And he basically says in that interview that he was given an offer recently to train Luis Ortiz and Guillermo Rigondeaux as a package team to go to the wild card gym. Luis Ortiz is like, and I 2K to God translate, what the fuck is he talking about? I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. This nigga tripping. And this is another thing, people, another reason why Freddie Roach is lying. The interview was January 13th. Freddie Roach claims that he's still reviewing the offer and he hasn't made a decision on it yet, right? That means the offer is still active. But Rigo put out there last week, January 7th, I got the date, January 7th, that he's back officially with Pedro Diaz. Why the fuck would he be officially back with Pedro Diaz January 7th, right? 6 days prior to offering Freddie Roach some type of fucking offer to go to Wild Card Gym that he's still pondering. Get the fuck out of here. Well, what had happened was, yo, I'm with Pedro Diaz, offer is no longer valid. That's what fucking would have happened. If not, Rigo did that, Pedro Diaz would have said that. Pedro Diaz didn't say it. One of Rigo's handlers, specifically his advisor, he would have done it. His manager, he would have done it. Whoever, all them motherfuckers on that team would have gotten to Freddie Roach and been like, yo, there's no offer that stands, B. It's over. Mm-hmm. So this motherfucker's clearly lying. Freddie Roach is funny as fuck. Instead of talking about bogus ass shit, wanting to train Cuban fighters who probably know that Freddie Roach is not the best trainer for their given style. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely not. A 100% offensive coach, I'll say 95% offensive coach that teaches 5% defense is not the right type of trainer for a Cuban boxer from the Cuban school. Absolutely not. And I'm pretty sure Luis Ortiz and Rigo know this. So that's why Ortiz was like, what the fuck is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? He needs to start focusing on Jean Pascal. Because Jean Pascal's got a tough ass fight ahead of him, and I don't even think he's the right trainer for Jean Pascal.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
me neither.
He needs to stop talking about these Cuban fighters that he wishes he could train, and start working on Jean Pascal's balancing issues in the ring.
Yeah,
that's absolutely. Just my motherfucking opinion.
Man, I agree 100%. 100%. I really don't even have much to say, man. The only thing I'm gonna add in there is, you know, when it comes to Freddie Roach. This is expected. Freddie Roach is always lying about something, man. Everybody praises him on, you know, on how he speaks his mind, and Freddie always speaks his mind. You know, he always says what he wants, but he also talks and says a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, he does.
You know, I mean, this is not surprising to me. Like I said, he always does this. You know, whenever he releases something to the press, it's probably 50% truth and 50% bullshit. Just depends on what you ask him.
Absolutely.
So, you know, this is what he does. Like you said, I absolutely agree with everything, man. He needs to focus more on Jean Pascal and working on everything, because he's people. I just don't know what's gonna happen to him in this Kovalev rematch. I know he's not gonna win. That's all I know.
That's all I know too. Yeah. I just hope he's ready. He said recently that he thinks he's gonna win this fight. He studied the tapes. He feels like he's got a much better chance in this fight. I hope he's right, because if he ain't, man, we might be looking at some brain damage and shit, B. Straight up.
We might be looking at a tombstone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope not, man. You know, at this point, I'm not even concerned with a victory. I just want my man to make it out alive. That's all.
Yeah. John, if you're listening to this video, we just want you to be safe, dog.
Please.
Real talk, dude. Hey, real talk, dude.
Yeah.
That's gonna conclude the segment, people. We done fucking around. Do what you do in the comment section. Let us know what you think about any of these topics. But be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.